Wait a minute, I have to do the traditional greetings intro.
Patrick Swayze, give me the power to make this video amazing.
Dimebag. Greetings, I'm Rob Chappers.
And I'm the captain.
And welcome to Andertons.co.uk, home of the lay pool.
Home of the lay pool and all its glory. And it is glorious. Hallelujah! This is... Actually, we did a video last month on a guitar that had been done as a special run for a big American retailer. And the guitar was called a Les Paul Traditional Pro 2.
It's the same thing.
And basically, this is kind of like the studio version of it. Again... Rob and I have picked out a couple of colours, but there are loads of different colours that this is available in. And Dan, the man back at HQ, is now, by the magic of Final Cut Pro, going to make all the different colours appear across the screen.
Bling!
There are a selection of 50s and 60s profile necks. We both have 60s profile ones here.
I thought they stopped doing the 50s and 60s neck profile thing.
On the... because it's a spot run, essentially you can kind of have whatever you like.
But the Les Paul...
The standard is always just now a sort of a thinner taper 60s style. But this, so again, most of them are the 60s profile, which is the slightly thinner and generally more popular profile. But for those of you who like to get hold of something a bit more chubby, the 50s profile might be. It's not a big difference between the 50s and 60s, but you know, a little bit of extra chub. There's nothing really wrong with the studio. In fact, the studio is kind of a clever, you know, we've talked about this before. It's not that different to a standard in that it's still an all mahogany guitar, all mahogany neck. It is a rosewood fretboard. Some of you may think that it's some derivative of rosewood called, you know, armadillo or whatever it's called.
Guacamole.
Guacamole and anything else. But no, on these, it's a proper rosewood board, maple cap. Obviously, there's a saving to be had by not using binding. You'll see there's no binding on the studios. Not bothering with super flame deluxe maple tops and expensive finishes like bursts and things. What else is cheaper? Pickup wise, I don't think this is normal for a studio, but this is a 490R up here and a Burst Bucker Pro down here.
Nice. That's why it's got that juicy, deep throaty.
It's kind of got, yeah, it's classic grunt, isn't it? Classic grunt. Classic grunt. Classic grunt.
Do you remember grunts? Grunts were the things that you fought if you played Gauntlet.
Yes. Yes.
Red Wizard shot the food.
What did he do?
If you shot food, it went Red Wizard shot the... If you were a Red Wizard. Green Elf shot the food.
Oh, shot the food. Yeah, you used to have to pick the food up. That was your life, wasn't it? What kind of character were you?
Well, it took me a while to get this one in tune. Here are the cons, then I'll give you the pros. It took me a while to get it in tune. I had our awesome tech / luthier Andy lube my nut, because I often find that helps.
You have to do that on a Les Paul.
You do.
You have to lube your nuts because the headstock is angled quite far back, which means
there's a lot of pressure on the nut from the string. Yeah.
So if you've got sticky nuts, that's going to be a problem.
But once I'd lubed my nut, man, and I strung and played this thing in, damn.
We need an innuendo warning, like a transition, don't we? Somewhere that goes, innuendo warning, innuendo warning.
I was surprised that you didn't pick up on why it's got that deep, meat, throaty tone.
I didn't hear that bit.
No.
I've become immune to all of your innuendos.
So yeah, it took
and
me
most
a while,
of mine.
It took me a while to get it in tune, but when I did, it stayed in tune.
I guess that's, again, and don't forget it's a slightly shorter scale than Strat, and so again strung with 9s. Rob likes to detune them as well, and if you've got a slightly sticky nut, you are basically going to have to play the guitar in before it's going to stay in tune.
Not a big fan of 9s. I'm a big fan of this though.
Yes, I'm glad you brought me back on track there. That's kind of the whole point of these studios, and was the whole point of the traditional pros that we did before. Lots of the knobs has built-in Morse code. Let me send you a message.
Yeah. Buy everything we tell you to buy at Andertons.
Subliminally.
.co. Smiley,
Yeah,
smiley face.
.uk. What do they do, Rob?
Well, these call taps and a boost.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Demonstrate them, please.
Well, I would do if I knew which one was which.
Well, I'll tell you.
You might have found the chink,
You
in the
remember.
chink in the Chappers on. Why don't I just see if I can hear the difference?
Okay. That sounds...
That, I'm going to put my neck out and say that's a call tap.
It's a tap, actually.
Oh, cosplay. That's a nice functional thing. Let's do the same thing with this one then.
If you put it in the middle position, of course, you can have any combination of whatever you like.
Okay, so I can tap them both.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
As if you maybe humbucker the neck but keep the bridge coil tap.
Oh, I see.
Unusual sound. So there's one Deluxe button which is
This one right here. Yeah, well, let's do it without the gain. Wow, that's a lot of boost. But I hear you can change the amount of boost there is in this boost by adjusting something.
Somebody hand me a screwdriver.
Let's go to a clip about that.
Okay, so you guys want to see how you adjust the amount of gain that the boost kicks in here. So I've taken the back plate off. You can see this is where the battery is, with the battery compartment. Okay, so this is the pot that you would click in to hit the boost in, and this little white sort of slot-headed adjustment pot here, which you could only really adjust if you had a very small sort of micro screwdriver, adjusts how much gain up to a maximum of 10 dB that is boosted in when you press that button. So dead easy to change. Obviously not whilst you're playing, but dead easy to change and set to your taste so that it works well with your amp or with your pedals. And then that's it, just screw this back on.
That was interestingly.
It was, wasn't it? What else can I tell you about? Okay, so a little bit different.
Hammerite.
It's not Hammerite, it's called Pelham Blue. You just think it looks like Hammerite.
Pelham Blue.
Pelham Blue, Silver Burst.
Silver Burst.
What you'll be noticing as well is, depending on the colour of the guitar, Gibson have decided whether it looks kind of nicer with chrome covers and these kind of knobs.
I made the decision for you, I like that.
Open covers, and these. Do you know what these knobs are called?
Top hat.
Nope.
Oh.
They're called Black Speed.
Oh. That's
So
interesting.
if you like Black Speed,
He sounds like a superhero
That's
for the
exactly
future.
what I said. Yeah, my name's Black Speed.
Wow.
And
And
basically,
I'm a superhero who makes guitar tone knobs, which is a skill that we need people to have in today's society.
And I'll show you something else that comes with, which is nice. You may not be expecting.
A Canadian case.
It comes with a case
Made in Canada.
made by people from Canada.
Yeah, which I think is really
is
cool.
cool. I think
and you know what? They did a great job.
They did do a great job.
And do you know what else is from Canada?
Mooses.
Poutine, which is the best food on earth, bar nothing.
Who?
Poutine.
What's poutine?
Oh, I can hear YouTube quaking.
Poutine. Wasn't that a planet in Star Wars?
No, in England you get chips and you
Where
can have,
Yoda was from?
You can. That was Tatooine.
Oh yeah.
In England you can get chips. You
Isn't
get
that
regular
like
chip
potatoes
shop
and
chips,
poutines is called Tatooine.
or you get skinny fries, or you get cheesy chips. That's kind of your
What about
English.
curly whirlies?
Well, Canada plus ones it. They go, you want cheesy chips with gravy?
With gravy?
Yeah, but they use cheese curds, not like cheddar like we do, or mozzarella.
What's cheese curd?
It's kind of like the curd. It's like mozzarella
Like
almost.
clotted. No, what do you call it? Cottage cheese. Is that?
That is, but it's nothing like cottage cheese.
Nothing
It's
like
like
cottage
little bits of mozzarella, and it melts over, they put the gravy on it, and damn. Please, if you make a great poutine, could you respond to this video with a response, with a link to your poutine, so I can just watch it and salivate?
What is that? What's the other word that sounds a bit like poutine but it's rude?
Is it poontang?
Poontang. That's right. Sorry.
That was the word, yeah. So, how much do these cost, Lee?
These are a whopping £999. A whoppingly affordable £999.
Look, it even comes with a little place you can live. If you have to sell your house to buy that guitar, you could live in here.
You could, couldn't you?
If I could get it open.
What was the video we did where the battery compartment was like an ashtray?
That was on the Edwards. Yes, the LTD.
Oh, that's right. Yes, it's not
Yeah.
that one, is it? Okay.
Well, I'm excited about these, and I have to give them a mark out of 10.
Here we go.
Now,
As
traditionally-
all of a sudden, December sales target. Is it going to do this? Or is it gonna do
Traditionally, I'm not a Les Paul fan. And as the last video of the day, I was a little bit apprehensive.
this? Apprehensive en
And
français.
it took me a while to get this guitar in tune, so I was a little bit like de la meh. But then, when I put it through the Javum, and it stayed in tune, and I did some shredding on it, and I put it in this position, which I prefer to sit with a Les Paul rather
Yeah.
than this position, where you kind of have to do this thing, so that you're the same seated position you would be if you stood up and gigging. I like it enough to say this is an 8.8.
I never sit like this with guitar. It makes me feel like
No,
the
not
neck's
like
too
that.
far away.
No one would sit like that. Like
You're
this.
sitting like that.
Like this. But how often do you stand up and play guitar?
Never.
8.8 from Chappers.
8.8.
That's
a
high.
Phenomenal score.
From me for a Les Paul, that's a phenomenal score. Yeah.
As in, I will give it my standard Les Paul mark of 11, which basically every Les Paul always gets.
Nothing reaches 10 unless it's handed to you by a goddess on a golden plinth. It comes with a free cheeseburger and it plays you. Well, I've been Rob Chapman.
And I've been the captain.
We love you all and we bid you farewell.
And don't forget, if this video's up before the end of October, you can still vote for us and Chapman and anything else that you want to vote for
Faith.
at the MIA Awards, which I'll probably put something in the details below. And if it's after October, do something else with your time.
Lee, this salute's becoming heavy.
Okay, do it.